40 years of change happening.
Yes.
As far as the Northeast and Bangladeshi immigrants are concerned. But we are seeing that even in elections. I mean, it's like people from Jharkhand say that आप लोग इसलिए अभी समझ रहे हो because it's come out because you reporters have gone into these areas. But we have lived with Jamaitolas.
Yes.
And have you said, what is a Jamaitola?
Yes.
What is that? It was
Yes.
the Bangladeshi migrants who came in. They came in into these villages. Then they married girls. But when they were married, they had nowhere to live because you can't live in your in-laws' house.
Right.
So where do these boys go with their newly wedded wives? So outside the main area, like a basti, when I use the word basti, I know how the connotations which come with basti, especially Pakistani viewers, will think that because they have the caste system. It's not that. It's just that they were given housing outside the village.
Right.
That, okay, you live here.
Yeah.
They gave them half an acre and said, okay, you cultivate, you grow here, you live here. So the son-in-law went there. But now it's 20 years. That's become a village in itself.
Yeah.
The Jamaitola has become, they've got Aadhaar cards. They're living there.
Yeah.
So these
Also,
demographic
inheritance laws
changes-
across the country.
Yeah.
If you're a woman and the husband actually can inherit. Right?
Yeah.
So no, we have to get into almost anthropological level.
Yeah.
This simple thinking that Delhi often has, or what the armchair experts have. I'm sorry, it has been broken one too many times.
Or the Tibetan refugees
Or
who came in,
Tibetans,
or
yes.
the Afghan refugees
Yes,
who came
absolutely.
in. They have made homes
Yes,
here.
yes.
And Afghan in several waves.
Yeah.
Tibetans also came in a couple of waves.
Right.
But Bangladeshis are coming in wave after
Yes,
wave.
Yes.
We are seeing
it has happened. It has happened.
Rohingyas.
And you are seeing that emerge now as a major issue. But that's understandable. Smita, it's important to realize that many of these issues, if they are not resolved, they don't just go away. Like we said, it festers and it will come up and manifest in various ways. So many of our institutions are coming under stress.
How do we document them, Shamika? Because we are seeing visuals of police going into bastis and asking for IDs.
Yeah.
Now, if you are an illegal immigrant, the first thing you do is get an ID.
Yes.
Of some form.
Correct.
Right? Getting an Aadhaar or a PAN card or whatever.
Right.
You get that. Once you have an ID or local ID, you have mingled and you are living. How do you go through that
So
process?
that is the effort now to, as we're getting more digitized, as we're getting more formalized in many ways, we have the means and the capacity to now do identification. If you think of Aadhaar as a digital ID, unique ID, I mean, we have made a huge headway. So that, it's not that difficult in terms of capacity to do it.
But gaming the system is not
that will
easy.
always remain, and then it becomes a policing issue, but or a law and order, and it's an everyday affair. No, I mean, we have thieves in the society. You have to. So that's. I think you asked about national security. There are many elements to these drastic changes which are also day-to-day law and order, or for instance, how it is impacting housing, right, and there is a normative view of things. This is how we should be, and this is. But societies don't, and institutions don't work like that. Think of if in 10 years we have seen such major, like 50% increase in population, right? 80% increase in population of our, let's say, Muslim community. It's not a sterile, mechanical happening. It has repercussions on the ground. And when I say it has repercussions on the ground, I'm telling you that there is a reason why when a sitting chief minister will declare that normal policing, sending our patrols, is becoming difficult in certain localities, neighborhoods, Muslim neighborhoods. हमारा तो ऐसा कोई definition नहीं है. We have districts and we have subdivisions and we have police stations.
These are artificial.
ये जो नए, these are concepts which are impacting, is also telling you that basic administration and law and order also get impacted. Then the fact is that, not all communities have similar practices. Communities have different kinds of practices. If you look at the time use survey, that's another paper we had published. People of different religions spend time in collective religious activities very differently.
Okay.
Meaning, how often are groups practicing religion jointly? Now, if you think that does not have bearing on housing or the kind of decisions people make where to live, then sorry, that's not how the world works. People want to live near and in neighborhoods where there are like-minded people, or there aren't too many obstructions to traffic. When you go to pick up your kid, you don't have to wait for hours because people are praying on the streets, etc. Right? The Time U survey is telling you that different communities practice it differently. And, in the Muslim community, people are spending on an average a lot more time in collective activities than, definitely much, much more, multiple of what the Hindu communities are doing it.
So they want to live together because of that. Are you saying that? The ghettoization happens?
Eventually, people resist if there are big impediments to their day-to-day life. And that has bearing on housing decisions, or, roads and, the kind of local law and order issues of administration we are thinking. That's why I'm telling you that the reason we look at these kind of things is when you hear certain tensions arise, that if everyone is the same, why should there be a problem? Why is it difficult for one community to find housing in majority other community? Because of these kind of tension.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.